Round 9 of 10 in Kenco F1. A huge middle fight in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. And the Constructors' Championship can be won this evening by Mercedes if both their drivers do deliver. Anyway, we'll take a look at the Suzuka track then. 27 laps here with only one DRS zone. Drivers can still carry up to 305 kilometers an hour down the main straight though. 18 turns here, 8 to the left and 10 to the right. With quite a few elevation changes and lots of turning. Where drivers need to find the sweet spot in order to gain the most amount of time. Believe it or not now, 4 years ago, we saw Leclerc and Verstappen went for a switcheroo into turn 1, with Leclerc getting out on top. Believe it or not, ahead of Verstappen. I don't think that move was ever made in 2023. The left-hand turn at turn 11 now. We're looking at Perez, unsurprisingly locking up, going for a dive bomb on Hamilton, managing to take Hamilton offline to gain the position there. Moving up the road to the chicane at turn 16 and 17, back 34 years ago now. Senna and Prost, both teammates, taking each other out, even making the exit of turn 17. Heartbreak for both drivers, but we'll be seeing any of that today. Hopefully not. Hopefully it will be kept clean from everybody. We're expecting sunny, clear skies today, allowing for the soft, medium, and hard tyres to be used, with Pirelli opting for the harder C3, C2, and C1 hard tyres. I've no idea what the strategy is set to be today. I'm sure the drivers have much better insight, though, into what that's going to be. So let's get the Japanese Grand Prix and 9th round of Kenco F1, Season 4, underway. Let's go. Hello. Right, you're on me again. I didn't pre-record that because I'm a numpty. Hello everybody, welcome in. Hopefully all the audio volume's good as well. We're just waiting for one more person to get in. We're just waiting for Charlie. I've sent him a few invites. I'm hoping he's able to join. That's only we're waiting for at the moment. But we should be good, hopefully. How is everyone in the chat though? Hopefully all well. Hopefully you've had a good Sunday. If you are new to any of these type of streams, we are doing Kenco F1. It's round 9 of 10 now. This is season 4 as well. We've been doing this for like 4 years odd now. It's pretty crazy. I think people are getting impatient in the lobby, but they've got to wait a little bit longer. I'll send Charlie another invite. What am I doing? Oh my god, I pressed the button. I'm sorry. Oh, Charlie's in. Okay, guys, ready up as soon as Charlie's in. Did you enjoy... Oh, I love flying into Rovaniemi yesterday. Honestly, brilliant stream, brilliant event. And yeah, it was honestly a hell of a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed it as well. First and foremost, again, thank you so much for the support over the last week or so. I think we've pretty much finished the Twitch Hype Challenge from pretty much midnight tonight as well. You guys absolutely smashed it. Twitch will be sending me loads of goodies, and then hopefully I can give out some of them to you guys as well. But yeah, Kenco F1 is normally on Saturdays. Yes, that is correct, Hassan. However, we delayed this one because of Flying Santa yesterday. We had to delay and push this back a day, which made sense. We got a few less drivers racing with us tonight just because we're on a Sunday. But it made sense. It made sense. Heard you went around on the frequency. What, in a bad way or a good way, Gary Director? Dictator, sorry. I mean, I missed a few calls early on, but I was very punctual to the Finnish controllers. I was very good. But yeah, hopefully everyone's well. Like I say, we're the Japanese Grand Prix, round 9 of 10. We've only got one round left, and that is next week at Abu Dhabi. But we'll jump into the main scene anyway. And like I say, if any of you guys are new to these type of streams, I'll obviously explain how they all work and everything like that. But it's just me tonight as well. Jamie can't make it. I couldn't get anyone in last minute either, so it's just me. But hey, I don't mind commentating by myself, to be fair. It should be good because I guess you're used to just hearing just my voice on stream, so you get it for a little bit longer. But there we go. Edging the ready up button. There you go. 15 drivers. There you go. Let me hide all these menus as well. We can obviously have a look at the standings as well. Now, like I said in the intro somewhat, Mercedes can actually win the Constructors today. We'll have to work it out pretty much as they cross the line. But it all depends on the McLaren drivers if they can basically get ahead. Or either basically not do as well as McLaren, or Mercedes, I don't know. There's too many teams. I've got no idea. Drive fast, hard, and risk it all. Exactly. I'm pretty sure in real life as well, they do kind of have a bit of fun on the last few races anyway. Try and push the cars to the limits, but obviously, within reason anyway. Within reason. But yeah, that's what we're looking at for the thing. So pretty much top 15 from Thomas all the way down to Shaw is all the drivers. We've got an 18-minute qualifying session, which sets the grid for the 27-lap race at Japan. But yeah, so far so good. And hopefully we can see some good racing. What I'm going to do as well, let me just see. I'm hoping this button works. I haven't pressed... Yes, okay. All of it works as well, which is good. Wim, good to see you as well. Hassan, obviously, Dorse Automatic. Noah, hello. He says, rig the timings, please. I need P1. Absolutely not. Dylan's here as well. Aaron, good to see you. M321's here. Rev's here as well. Max, Jordan, Ruben, Draft. Some of these guys are racing in the race as well. They won't be able to reply, but I wish you all the very best of luck. We'll drive on board. We'll have a little look around. So, Suzuka, if you don't know, let me just go and grab the... Oh, actually, no, we won't worry with the... We won't... actually, we should worry with the... Let's quickly go and get the track map up, because I do like having the track map. Just see where everybody is really on track and who's sort of setting the first one. So, it looks like we've got Jake Chapman, the first one out of the pits. In his McLaren. I will turn the music down a little bit and then we can pretty much chill. How are you today? I'm really well, mate. How are you? How are you? Quick note, I won't be live on Tuesday at all. I don't know how it's following from Tuesday, but I will be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. for some flight sim. But yeah, I don't know from Tuesday onwards what's happening this week. So streams might be a little bit all over the place, but I will try my best to stream as much as I can. Yeah, evolutionary gaming, mate. It would be good. It would be good. I mean, it's a phase thing, I think. It is certainly a phase thing. But we'll see sort of. You know, it's like flight sim, isn't it? You get burnt out if you do it too much, but it's a hell of a lot of fun if you do get into this kind of thing. If anyone is lurking in the background and wondering what the hell's going on and why this isn't flight sim, this is something we do. We have done for the last 4 years, pretty much. We just sort of host all of these drivers either from flight sim or just race sim or just friends of the channel, really. And yeah, we're all pretty much just having a bit of fun every weekend, doing our own league race with points and everything. You'll quickly see here, obviously, constructor standings. Mercedes currently in the lead with 230 points, McLaren, and then Red Bull all the way down in P4. So it's not quite realistic to real life. And then driver standings currently look a little bit like that. So Max Chapman 99 points ahead of P2 there as Charlie. So pretty far in the lead there. But yeah, it's quite nice seeing P7, P8, 10 as well. Two of the things. Oh, there's now for what's that? Now for Romeo or now for Terry? I think that's just gone off there. We're watching Jake Chapman though. He's currently the first driver out on the track to set a fast lap. 15 minutes left to go. Jake absolutely storming it round here at the minute. We'll see if we can ride on board with a bit of a halo. There you go. Although it kind of covers it up with the timing screen, but there we go. Joey, good to see you. Lanzanaria as well. Good to see you. Hello. Sorry if that's a little bit loud. We'll turn it down a little bit. Say hello to Emma Clear. Haha. Funny, Hassan. I certainly will. I certainly will say hello to everybody. Jake currently first sector 1, sector 2. Looks like it hasn't been beaten by anybody yet because I believe those purples changed to greens. But yeah, I mean, Jake might be happy with this. It might just be sort of a banker lap so he can get a delta on his screen. But he's crossing the line with a 127.9. Definitely beatable, but I don't know if it will be beatable by a majority of the pack because I think people were doing that in time trial. So that's a decent lap by Jake, currently in P1 there. Let's get rid of the full name. We can see differences. 128, there you go. Drafts with P2 there. Lots more drivers on their hot laps as well. Michael Wimmer, P3, 128.9. Okay, so that was a really good lap by Jake then, to be fair. Very, very good lap here. We got Archie Middlefell here. He's on, I believe, a hot lap. He set personal best personal best sector 1, sector 2. Coming find round turn 18 to cross the line. He goes a P4 ahead of Michael Wimmer now. It looks like there's a Mercedes. What's that? Is that a who is that? Okay, Max Chapman might have had a... No, okay, he's just slowing down. I think he's just slowing down for his teammate. I was about to say he had a spin. Oh, there's now for... okay, there's now for a May that's slowing down as well. Lots of cars slowing down. It gives yellow flags on the track map, which is why I'm sort of conscious over it, but I think it's just cars going slow, really. I mean, the league before just never really bothered. Yeah, I remember you being there. But yeah, I mean, again, the F1 games, yeah, they're not as good as for the likes of, like, iRacing, or if you want to get into, like, proper sim racing. Obviously, you know, they're made more arcadey, they're made more, you know, easier for kids and stuff like that. So, yeah, you can understand why. But with all the assists turned off, it's still a brilliant game. Walkable Penny and Matsy, thank you for the follows, guys. Welcome in. Welcome. Jack Hopkins has currently gone and set a provisional pole. I mean, this early on, 127.502. So that's the benchmark to beat. It does look like both the Mercedes are both on hot laps as well. Of Max Chapman following behind his teammate of Dan Shaw. Dan Shaw did already set a lap. I think he might have got a nice little toe there to get P5. Very good lap by Dan, and it also pushes Dan ahead of Noah Lockwood. He's currently on some sort of an in-lap. He's sort of slowing down a little bit. Charlie only just made it into the lobby. He's in VR still, still rocking the lovely new Ferrari livery. But he is, I don't know if he's in a hot lap. He doesn't look like he is, unless he's gone a really slow sector 1. But yeah, at the moment, Jake Chapman back in the pits. Ruben, P2, only a 10th behind Jack Hopkins. But it'd be interesting to see if Max Chapman is on a hot lap now, or if he is, he set 155 in his last lap, so I presume that he is on a hot lap at the moment. And he could obviously be challenging Jack Hopkins there. Mrs. Clan, a very good evening. How are you? Good to see you again. Hopefully you had a great day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just want to say you've done an amazing job with the Kenco Fun this year. Lots of battles and entertainment. Yeah, it had to be fair. The start of the season, to be fair, most of this season has been fantastic with driving ability. There has been a lot of stuff that is obviously, you know, incidents and stuff like that, but you're always going to get racing incidents with racing. Yeah, Max is not on a hot lap. But yeah, it has been a lot of fun. We've had lots of, I mean, the race that sticks out for me is the battle between Max and Jack. I think I don't know if it was Silverstone. It might have been something else, but I'm pretty sure there was like, I know it was Netherlands, or maybe it was Zandvoort. It might have been Zandvoort. There was like like the last like 3-4 laps of Zandvoort. It was just Jack and Max battling consistently, wheel to wheel. You know, one in front, one behind, the opposite on the next lap. You know, that's definitely something that stands out for me, but. Yeah, it's been a really good season so far, and hopefully it'll continue. And that Alpine of Stein there does not have a front wing, so you could tell that he can't even make the chicane, so he's going to be diving in the pits for a new one. Currently P12 for Stein. Everybody set a lap time apart from Max Chapman, who is back in the pits, probably to change his tyres and go out again. 10 minutes left on the clock. I think he went out to help his teammate there, or he just sort of bottled the second lap on. But he'll definitely get plenty of time to go out again, as his teammate is... plodding around, potentially on a hot lap, although, yeah, okay, we'll have a look. Right on board. Again, this is Japan. I mean, you might have seen it, you might not have. As you can see, a majority of the track is cambered, bendy. It's very difficult to kind of get traction around here. This is coming up, I believe this is called Spoon Corner or something. I don't really know if this is the actual one or if it's the next one, but... okay, yeah, Jack, Dan's backed out as well. Lots of drivers not even... I mean, they could have been out laps. I'm not really too sure, but lots of drivers sort of backing out a little bit. As it looks like Noah Lockwood has gone quicker now. Only 2 tenths behind Jack Hopkins. Sorry, I missed that one there from Noah. Now in P3 for him, just in front of his teammate, actually, of Jake Chapman. I think Noah's the main driver, though, because Jake sort of stepped in last minute there for McLaren. But yeah, so far, so good. Jack Hopkins, Ruben... I would love to pronounce his surname, but I don't really want to give it a go. Lockwood, Chapman, Barrett, Shaw, and then Torben in P7 at the moment. With Nyan Thomas actually P9, Michael Wimmer P10. It looks like Sebi. I was expecting Sebi to do quite well, actually. He hasn't set a time yet, P13. So yeah, we'll still see this sort of jump up a little bit. 9.5 minutes left of qualifying. Spoon Corner, yes, Hassan. That is its nickname. All right, Google it. Google it. I'm not just getting any of these funny name business. Yain there, 128.8. P9 remains for him. It looks like we've got another Mercedes out on track there. Max Chapman. There's also I think this is, yeah, Noah Lockwood on his in lap, I believe. He's just got a recharging light at the back as well. So, yeah. Sorry, Ruben. I feel bad. But the thing is, I can't. I would like, if you could tell me how to say it, then I can repeat it. But I don't want to just say it and then completely bottle it. So there you go. Archie Middlefell, 1.1 seconds behind. He'd done a very fast sector 2 there. I don't know if that was. I believe that might have been. Whoa, wait, what? According to this, the fastest sector 2 is 4 seconds. Noah Lockwood 31.3. Jake Chapman fastest sector 3. And then somebody set a 4-second in sector 2. I don't know how you've managed that, guys, but I think that might have been a little bit glitched. If you have set a 4-second, I'm pretty sure some of the drivers might be asking you and nudging you how you can get that sort of time. But yeah, so far so good. And yeah, Jack Hopkins currently on pole position for the race at the moment. Alex Peak, Stein, obviously now with a new front wing, although it looks like he's been on the grass. Look how dirty that Alpine is looking. He's certainly been off on some sort of gravel there. But at the moment, he's still remaining on track, just slowing down for everybody to let him past. And it looks like Max Chapman is on a hot lap at the moment. Again, unfortunately, we obviously are 5 drivers down. I think we are... Obviously, Dylan's normally racing for Haas, but he's been gone down to a race engineer. We've got Zach, who's not here. We've got Fernando, who's not here, who's normally here. Again, Joe Bean's normally here. And I think another Stein for Aston Martin. So, yeah, we will see. We will see. We will see. Joshua, you are a legend, sir. I appreciate that very much. What I'll do, I'll replay that tomorrow in the morning on the stream. But honestly, really do appreciate that resub. 43 months at tier 1. 43 months, Kenco love, Kenco love. Thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate that resub. And again, you're keeping it strong. You're keeping it going. And I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, mate. Absolute legend. Sorry I can't play the alert. I just don't have the capacity. I don't have the alert sort of on here at the moment. But I do really appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you. What I do want to quickly go and check, I don't know, sorry, bear with me 2 seconds. I just want to make sure that this isn't an AMD sponsored stream, so I hope they haven't taken over. No, okay, they haven't overtaken the stream. That's good. Sometimes I think there's an AMD thing where I've got to like show it every so often, and I've chosen not to do that on this one, and they're fine with that. So as long as they don't start plastering AMD Ryzen 7000 on my title, then it's good. But yeah, they haven't done that, which is good. Max Chapman, P3 for Max, 127.6. Something must have gone wrong in one of the sectors. He did set personal best, but what I did notice was Sector 1, Max Chapman was 2 temps down on Noah Lockwood's best Sector 1. So he might have had a little bit of a mare in Sector 1, but there's obviously loads of room for improvement. Still 6.5 minutes to get some fresh tyres on for Max. He is ahead of both the McLarens, though, which is what he wants to do. Alex Peak up to B7. Brilliant lap by Alex there. He was down sort of in the... way below the below P10 there, but he's done really well. Interesting, Sebi as well. I'm not sure what's happening with Sebi. Is he on a hot lap? That's the question. Is he on a hot lap? It will update. There you go. Yes. Okay, so Sebi is on a hot lap. 1 minute, 5 seconds and counting currently down the main straight. There's only one DRS zone here as well. It would be nice if there's a DRS zone here, but I don't think there's a long enough straight to allow for DRS. Obviously with this really fast left-hander coming up, which then leads into a lovely chicane and then into the turn 18 and then down. Currently Sebi's on a personal best. He can get out of easily top 14. Hopefully he can get sort of maybe P6, P7 with this lap. I don't know. P6, there you go. Very good by Sebi. I knew he could do better, and he has exactly delivered that. But yeah, brilliant lap by Sebi. He'll be happy with that. He would like to probably get ahead of the McLarens, and there will still be pace in him. But yes, well done to Sebi there, pushing Nate or Draft, sorry, down to P7. Michael Wimmer, P12. He would definitely be wanting to make some more moves there. And unfortunately, we've got Ryan Thomas, P13. Stein in P14. Obviously, a little bit delayed there from the front wing issues. But yeah, 2.5 seconds split. Top 15, and only 1 second splits the top 10. I love it. This is racing for you, though. This is the skill of everybody on the grid. P1 to P10, 1 second, 1.0 seconds. It looks like Michael Wimmer, 1.2, and then pretty much there's a massive gap between Jan Thomas and Stein, P13 and P14, with Golb, brilliant. There's a new name, Gabe Golb. Gabe Dolman, it's because I was trying to merge Gabe and Dolman, and it just came out as a Golb. There we go. Sorry, Gabe. Yeah, he's currently P15, 2.5 seconds slower. He could definitely improve. But yeah, so far so good. We got top 3 currently in the pits. They'll probably be leaving within like sort of the 3-minute gap mark. It'll give them a good 2 sort of out laps. It's like one of the there's a driver about to be leaving the pits at the moment. Charlie down to P10. Oh, Charlie won't be happy with that. Nor will Dan Shaw in P9. Because there's going to be lots of racing action coming up soon. There's Spoon Corner. I think it's just called Spoon Corner because it's like a very gradual sort of left-hander. Although Spoon the next one, I'm not sure. I need to work it out. I don't even know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the race. 27 laps anyway. 4 minutes left. I will need to get some drinks. And if I do disappear for literally like 10 seconds, I am so sorry. But normally we have Jamie here. But like I say, Jamie cannot be here tonight. But we should be good. So yeah, good luck to everybody. If you are racing or just watching along, it's good as well. Dan Shaw is currently on a hard... No, he's not. He's not on a hot lap. He's just left the pits. Never mind. I thought he was on a hot lap then, but he's not. So yeah, hang on a minute. Dan Shaw, Charlie. A lot of people just casually sort of on a normal lap here. Out lap. It does look like Dan Shaw was starting a hot lap there, but he's obviously backed out of that. Very early on. Stein as well, I want to point out, he's gone ahead and gone quicker. P8 for Stein, pushing Dan Shaw into, I would say, the relegation zone, but it's only a short qualifying for us. So yeah, Stein will be happy with that. Ahead of Alex Peak now in P9. And not many seconds sort of, change the order at the minute. Jack Hopkins obviously setting an absolute blast of a lap there, who will definitely be leaving the pits, though, to try and obviously counteract any sort of improvements there from the Red Bull or the Mercedes or any of the McLarens as well. But lots of drivers now on hot laps or about to start hot laps. It looks like Jake Chapman has just invalidated his lap, though, unfortunately, so he'll be definitely going once more. Yellow flag in one of the sectors. I think the whole track looked yellow flag there, but we should be good. But yeah, again, thank you all for tuning in, just lurking in the background. Sometimes it's good to just have, like, background noise on. It's quite nice to watch a race. We sort of see how it unfolds. Like I say, we raced here last year. We raced here 3 years ago last in Japan, and turn 1 was clean. So yeah, I mean, I had to watch some of the. We upload all these like archive videos to YouTube for it, and I mean, yeah, it was some of it was Oopsie, I'm just dropping things. Some of the racing was very good, so hopefully the drive. Oh! As I click off, the one and only Jake Chapman on his hot lap spun it into turn 1. He's got enough time though if he can save his ERS and get around quick enough just behind the red ball there of Ruben. Unfortunately, we did catch that, Jake. I'm so sorry. He will be going once again for his hot laps. Yeah, Jake's still got time to go around again, but unfortunately, he obviously pushing too much or hit one of the very, very, very slidey curbs that is turn 1. But yeah, Jake will be pacing around. And just behind him, you might have caught that as well if you're watching the stream. That was the Alfa Romeo of Gabe Dolman. Maybe following the same line there. Oh, Gabe. The second that I say everything's going smoothly, it all goes chaos. This is going to impede the potentially some of the drivers, although I'm not really sure what Gabe's doing. He doesn't seem like he's crashed. He's just kind of getting himself somewhat back on the track, just allowing all the drivers to carry on through. But yeah, there won't be a safety car in quali. However, it is going to impede some drivers' hot laps, I'm very sure. 1 minute 30 left on the clock, though. Lots of drivers now on their hot laps. A few spins there. Stein only just leaving the pits. I don't think Stein's going to have enough time to get himself around unless he really, really paces it. But Stein's only just left the pits with 1 minute 20 seconds left on the clock, as it looks like we've got lots and lots of drivers pacing themselves around. Again, they pretty much everyone ahead of, I'd say, ahead of the Ferrari or whoever that is. I'm not sure which the Ferrari that is, but anyone ahead of Middelfeld can pretty much go again if they do have an issue on this lap. So, you know, they've got that nice banker lap on anyway. It looks like Charlie has improved as well up to P5 there. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place here with the with the timings. Noah Lockwood up to P2, 127.5. He'll be very happy with that. Holy moly. Well done, Noah. He unfortunately was less than half a tenth behind Jack. It would have been brilliant to see Noah Lockwood there take ahead of Jack Hopkins, but yeah, half a tenth between the two of them. Noah will be very happy with that. As Max Chapman was waiting for it, weren't we, chat? Half a second quicker than Jack Hopkins there. He sort of pulled that lap together, I think. Fastest sector 1, fastest sector 2. I don't know about fastest sector 3. No, okay, so he... There's honestly, I don't know what these Chapman brothers are up to, but there you go. They just seem to be on fire, quite literally. But yeah, I'm sure it looks like he's going to be helping his teammate here, Dan Shaw. Currently P11. Dan's got one more chance, one more opportunity here to get himself out of P11 and get as good of a lap as we can. As drafts, Nate sets P7 there. 1 second behind Max Chapman's time, 1:28.0. Very good lap time during qualifying from all the drivers. Sebi outpaced his teammate, though, Charlie. Everyone's finding pace around here at the minute. Sebi up to P5 now. Again, can Dan get any quicker, though? That's the question, or has he backed out? He does seem like he's going a little bit slow out of there, though, as he's lost a lot of time. So I believe, yeah, Dan's pulled out of that. He can't improve. He might have made a few mistakes, unfortunately. So that's P11 for Dan, with his teammate in at P1. We've got Alex Peak, P10. Would you say it's very difficult to tell if drivers on hot laps because the track is so bendy here. But yeah, I mean, so far at the moment, Jack Hopkins cannot improve, nor can Jake Chapman, Stein, Jan Thomas. Michael Wimmer's done in P14, and Gabe Dolman is also back in the pits as well. So we'll see who can improve, if anybody. Alex Peak is on a personal best sector 1 now, though. And it's interesting to sort of see if anyone does or can improve. Jack Hopkins as well, I want to point out, has improved his time. So Jack Hopkins was, I think, half a second between himself and Jake. As Chorban shut... What? Okay, Noah won't be happy with this. Sorry, we'll go back on Alex Peak as well. Torben shut there up to P3. Alex about to cross the line. Does he improve? No, he doesn't improve, unfortunately. That is his qualifying session over. Currently, yeah, like I say, Jack Hopkins has improved. He's now 2 tenths behind Max Chapman. Nate Burrett, P8 there, sorry. Sebi weaving a little bit down the straight, so I believe that does conclude qualifying, unless Sebi... Oh, yeah, he's 13 seconds behind. Okay, well, there you go. Qualifying is done and dusted for everybody. I just pressed F12, but I don't think that even saves the overlay. We'll have to do it in the lobby anyway. But yeah, Max Chapman starting out on pole for the Japanese Grand Prix. Jack Hopkins on front row with him. And then on the second row will be Charlie and Noah. And then we've got Ruben and Sebi, Jake and Drafts, and then Stein and Peak to finish out the top 10. Spun in my fast lap. No, Ruben, no. It always happens at the bad time anyway. Joey, I love that, mate. Absolutely love that. I would have been P6, but I made a mistake in sector 3. Damn it. Oh, you're not... Yeah. P8 is still not bad, though. P8 is still not bad. Some losers, some winners there in that qualifying. But hey, it's all to play for in the race anyway. 127.005. Would have been nice to see, you know, maybe a 126.9, but that's asking for too much. A 127.0 is still very good. A 127.185 for Jake. Sorry. Oh, I've just pressed the wrong button. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah, good. yeah, again, look at this. Like, we're literally 1.2 seconds between top 10. And then, obviously, we've got Gabe 3 seconds behind the pack. However, he's tried his best. I think he's just got very unlucky with sort of spinning and going in the grass. But yeah, well done to everybody. We are going straight into the race. What I want to say as well, if you are got the stream in the background, when you load in, make sure your strategy is like, don't ready up straight away. Give people time to set their strategy, set their fuel, set their tire pressures or whatever. And then that'll be very grateful. But yeah, good luck, guys, in the race. 27 laps. And hopefully it's all to play for. Again, round 9 of 10. So one more weekend of this. We've got Abu Dhabi next week. And then obviously finishing up the Christmas season. We'll also hide up that bad boy as well. And then we'll go going. But yeah, thank you all for being here. And good luck with the race, guys. Good luck, everybody. Right. Okay, we should be good. We're just going to be holding here for a second. I'm hoping... actually, I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, good luck, everybody. Keep it clean as turn 1, and we should be good. We've obviously still got a formation lap as well going around at the start. And then obviously safety cars, red flags, all of that's on standard, so anything could happen. Guys in chat, anyone, predictions? This is what I mean. How many safety cars in the race? I can't be using your channel points, guys. I can't be using your channel points. We've got they've got to be safe for flight sim, but I mean, yeah. Who's going to win the Japanese Grand Prix then? You're saying minimum 4 safety cars. I don't know. I don't know. There could be none. There could be 1. There could be 2. There could be 4. I hope there's no more than 2. But we will see. I mean, that's not down to me. That's down to the drivers. Again, any sort of instance or anything, I mean, I won't be able to make up on the spot what happens. But obviously, I can have a look after the race anyway. How many DNFs in the race, Aaron? There will at least be 1. But yeah, formation lap anyway. Here's the 15 drivers getting themselves going for the start. It's nice to see, actually, an AlphaTauri on the front row. Daniel Ricciardo hasn't quite managed to do that, has he yet? I'm not too sure. But yeah, we'll have a look at the driver standings and constructors while we're going around, though. Max Chapman currently in first with... well, I mean, I don't think anyone can overtake Max because he already won the Drivers' Championship a few races ago. His 4th for Kenco F1. But then pretty much, I mean, P2 down to like I mean, even like P8. To be fair, anybody could be shifted around here. Like... It's very easy for, Jake Chapman to somehow spike up to sort of P3 in this race, providing, certain people don't do well. Or, Jack Hopkins can get ahead of Torben. Or Torben can, keep his second place as well. It'll be interesting to see. Like I say, Mercedes can't win the Constructors, though, this race. So there's currently, if we look at this, there's 40, 50, 62 points. I can't do quick math. I think there's 62 points between Mercedes and McLaren. That gap needs to be 70-something. What does a safety car do? It bunches up all the drivers and then they get racing again. It's just like, if there's an incident on track, it makes everyone really slow. It's like there's like a traffic jam on the motorway. They sort of block the traffic, get everybody to slowly go by it, and then, they can release it. I think, yeah, that's the best way of explaining a safety car, really. But yeah. Yeah, I know. So Max Chapman has 197 points out of 230 for Mercedes. Again, McLaren, I'm pretty sure Noah and Jake pretty much half and half. Noah just ahead of Jake on the points there. And then looking at Red Bull, so Red Bull have 114 points. I know that if you add up 51 and 51, it makes 102. Doesn't make sense with 114, but that's just because there's been reserve drivers in the past that have raced for Red Bull. And therefore, that's why there isn't any... that's why the numbers don't necessarily always add up. But yeah, there you go. So that's what it's currently looking like. Very good. Obviously, we still got this race and one more race to go. But yeah, at the moment, it's all to play for. Interesting strategy choice, though. Both the front runners going on mediums. Charlie on the soft tyres. So he's going to be looking out to maybe get a jump on the top 2 or maybe even one of the top 2 to use the softs. Different strategies from a lot of different drivers. Both Ferraris on softs. Everybody else in the top 10 on mediums, including Dan Shaw. And then we got Gabe and Yayan on softs, as much same with Archie Middelfelt and Michael Wim on the mediums. But yeah, good luck to everybody. How many laps? 27 of laps around here. So that's going to last probably half an hour, 40 minutes or so, as Noah was the first one to unfortunately go beyond his box and get reset a meter or half a meter behind. So he's going to be starting a little bit further back than anybody else. But yeah, good luck, everybody. I wish you all the very best of luck. And it looks like Dan also missed his box as well. Unbelievable. There's always some. Anyway, guys, let's get the Japanese Grand Prix round 9, I think. Yeah, round 9 of 10 of Kenco F1 underway. And we'll see how the drivers can take this. And it's lights out and away we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. Max Chapman getting a decent start. However, Jack Hopkins not letting him go. Though Jack has actually got a better run here into turn 1 as there's 2 wide. Jack Hopkins on the inside lane. Max Chapman down to P1, but he's going to get for a switcheroo. Go side by side with Jack going through the going through turn 3 up to turn 4, keeping it very clean. Everybody as well. Not any incidents so far. Jack Hopkins leads the Japanese Grand Prix. Max Chapman, followed by Charlie, followed by Ruben. There might have been an incident here with one of the, I think that's Gabe Dolman here. He's not got a front wing. He might have made contact potentially with Dan Shaw's lost 2 positions. He does still have a front wing though, and it is still intact, which is good. It looks like we've got, what's this? No, Torben shut. What's happened to Charlie all the way at the front here? Oh no, Charlie. I missed that while we were looking at Gabe. Unfortunately, Charlie, he started in P3 and now he's all the way down into P13 on those soft tyres. I don't know if there was some contact made there, or if he just run a bit wide on the grass. But yeah, Charlie would not be very happy with that. Still no yellow flags or no sort of incidents out on track. We're carrying on racing, as Jack Hopkins has got a little bit of a lead now of the Grand Prix. Max Chapman in P2, Ruben in P3, as all the drivers carrying on with both the Alfa Romeos P14 and P15. Unfortunately, Charlie being the one who's lost the most positions there on lap 1. It looks like Archie Mudafel has made up 9 positions, made up 4 positions, sorry. Draft's losing 2 places, and Michael making up 2 places there as well. But Dan Shaw, it looks like he's managed to regain the positions that he lost there on lap 1, as we're about to finish lap 1. Yeah, I was saying I missed that with Charlie, but I'm sure we can have a little look after the race, as all the drivers, we now got Delta times as well on the grid. But yeah, all the drivers keeping it very clean here. Decent lap 1, a few incidents there, but I think pretty sure there'll be a... Gabe Dolman will be diving in the pits there to change his front wing on the first lap in. But all this time, all these drivers will be still closing in. It looks like Noah Lockwood P4. It looks like Jake Chapman, I believe... Jake qualified P5, I believe. So he might have lost a... no, he's actually gained a position. Sorry, he qualified P7. So yeah, Jake Chapman up a position. Again, I think that's because of the Ferrari of Torben. There's another yellow flag out on track. But I think that might have just been a small little incident at the back. But it looks like everybody is still racing, as Stein's just losing a position here. Again, gone wide, may have spun. This track is very tricky for a lot of drivers here. Again, you can sort of see them sliding on the curbs there, and as they go around. But yeah, you need a lot of concentration, a lot of patience with this track as well. The second you sort of lose a bit of concentration around Japan, then it all goes wrong. But yeah, Gabe, unfortunately, you can see on the map there in the bottom right, half a lap behind everybody. He's preying on a safety car right now, but at the moment it does look very, very good. Jack Hopkins seems to be absolutely storming in the lead at the moment. Now 9.5 tenths ahead of Max Chapman. Again, DRS won't make a huge difference here, unfortunately. There's only one DRS straight, and that is the start-finish line as well. So yeah, although he has actually just got up to, was that 8 temps, 4 temps? I think the overlays all over the place. But oh wow, that's loud. Sorry. We got Sebi David here though, potentially making a move here on Noah Lockwood through the chicane, through turn 16, through turn 17. He's managed to get it done. Noah Lockwood having to give up that position there, pretty much straight away. I mean, there wasn't probably enough room for Noah to fight that one. But yeah, currently Noah Lockwood and Jake Chapman, McLaren on a McLaren Papai orange or whatever you call it. But yeah, Sebi now up to P4. Pretty much regaining the positions of his teammate. If we look all the way back here as well, Charlie has managed to get ahead of the Mercedes of Dan Shaw. Again, hopefully Dan's got no sort of any damage on his car. But yeah, P11 at the moment for Charlie. Again, he's going to be pushing his way back through this pack, obviously, after the turn 1 incident. It'd be interesting to see sort of what happened, or if we can get a replay of that at some point. But yeah, Charlie obviously on the softer tyres as well, which is why he's obviously pushing through the pack. But yeah, so far so good. The car at the very back, the red dot on the map. Yes, that's Middelfeld's out. Oh yes, Middelfeld is out. Jamie, you've got a very good point. I am so sorry, I did not see that. I would have been noted about that if I had Jamie in my ears, but Jamie's not in my ears. So yeah, Archie Middelfeld's out of the Grand Prix then. I am so sorry about that. I had no idea how that happened. Normally I go by looking at the track map on yellow flags, but I genuinely did not see any yellow flags. So yeah, no safety car. We've got a DNF already of Archie Middelfeld. That's a shame, because Archie was sort of picking up a fight. He was getting into the groove of it, but maybe the track was a little bit too tough for him, or he found his way into the mix of a battle that he couldn't get out of. But commiserations to Archie anyway. Again, sorry, it's just there's so many things going on. It looks like oh wow, there's a nice little freeway battle going on actually here. We'll ride on board with Jake Chapman and see if Noah can maybe get a switchback on Sebi. Sebi does have pace in that Ferrari, but much the same as Noah and Jake. Again, I don't believe these two McLarens will be fighting each other into turn 1. However, they might be cleared to fight. I don't know. As Noah goes on the inside there, getting a very, very, very strong slipstream ahead of Sebi now into turn 1. Very similar to what Verstappen did on Leclerc. Oh, no, Leclerc did on Verstappen. Sorry, back. Oh, a little bit of contact there from Jake Chapman and Sebi. Sebi having to take a little bit of evading action as Archie's now left the session, unfortunately. Jake Chapman ahead of Sebi now. Sebi on the soft tyres, so maybe the soft tyres aren't already starting to give up within 4 laps in. I mean, what, 1.5 minute lap times? I would say that they should last at least another sort of 3-4 laps. But But yeah, as things stand, we've got Jack Hopkins in P1, Max Chapman P2, Ruben P3, with Sebi. It's still, to be fair, quite, near to the back of both McLarens there. Why he's out? I don't know why he's out. Can you put the ERS on stream? Of course I can. There you go. Sorry. I completely forgot about that. There is the ERS. There is the ERS. I don't know why he's out already. Wim's on a personal best. Isn't he nearly 4 laps without retiring? I'm pretty sure Michael Wimmer... Michael Wimmer's done well the last 2 races. He didn't have the best start to the season, but he is picking up points now. Currently P9 with a few cars behind him. The next one to overtake him is Torben Schutt. And potentially Dan Shaw as well. Michael leading his own little race here. Trying to catch up as much as he can with, unfortunately, the DNF of Archie's teammate, Stein there in P8. Alex Peak as well, doing very well, holding up P7 at the moment. Drivers keeping it very clean. As it looks like Gabe has retired from the session. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3 and a virtual safety car straight of the way. And that is Gabe. Unfortunately, he didn't have the best start of lap 1. And he's now retired. It looks like he might have lost it there, sort of turn 5 or turn 6. Only a virtual safety car, though, not a full safety car. Sebi's going to be very much prioritising. A lot of drivers behind Sebi are going to the pits. They won't get a full benefit here of a safety car, but they will certainly be able to get the gap down with a little cheeky, shorter pit stop, I should say. Yeah, I don't blame them for coming to the pits. Everybody from Sebi under have dived in the pits, and it's gone green. This won't benefit all the drivers, though. It's going to benefit Sebi the most, but I think all the drivers, it'll be a normal kind of pit stop for them. But yeah, whoa. Max Chapman might have spun or made some contact here when it's gone green. I'm not sure if he made any contact with anybody. There's a Haas coming around of Michael Wimmer as he's back on track. Missed that one. But Max Chapman now P6, unfortunately. Not too sure what happened there, but he's going to carry on from P6. Jack Hopkins, now Ruben and lower Lockwood pushes up to P3 there. Again, I'm not too sure what happened there, but we'll find out a little bit later. Michael Wimmer somehow got up to P5. We were saying about Michael Wimmer in like P10, P11. All those drivers pitted. I don't believe Michael pitted. Let me just go on pit stops here. We'll be able to find out. I don't believe he did. No. So everyone who's pitted from Sebi going lower. But yeah, Max Chapman's going to have a little bit of a recovery drive here if he wants to get anywhere. Hopefully there's no damage on that Mercedes as well. I was turned in on. Okay, I can't click that now, Archie, because it will pause. But I'll have a look after, I promise. I promise. 2 out on 1 safety car. Yes, 2 out on 1 safety car is exactly what's happening now. Unfortunately, Jack Hopkins doesn't have his ERS on. I don't know if that's just his internet. But I know Jack has loads of issues with his internet, so I don't know if he just needs to turn on his telemetry on or not. However, Jack is in the pits. Lap 6 on the mediums in the pits already. Interesting early pit stop from Jack Hopkins here. Don't know if it was a force or if this was sort of part of his plan to pit early. But yeah, Jack Hopkins, mediums. Mediums onto mediums, actually. So I'm not sure, unless he got a drive-through. I wonder if Jack got a drive-through, because it didn't look like he dived in the pits there. So Jack might have been serving a drive-through there. Now comes out of the pits behind Max Chapman. So although Max spun, Jack Hopkins is now behind him. That drive-through might have cost Jack Hopkins here. We're about to find out, although now he's going to be chasing Max Chapman here for P5 and P6. Michael going up to P4. Noah Lockwood in P2 with Ruben currently leading the Japanese Grand Prix. I would love to do more of the overlays and stuff like that, but there's like a billion and one things going on at the minute. So apologies if I'm missing graphics, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Pups, good to see you as well. Hello. I basically did not quit the race. He might have retired in the pits, to be fair. We do allow that on this. If drivers, they don't want to continue or whatever, they can just retire in the pits, as long as they, do it in a safely manner. We're watching Jack Hopkins here on the rear end of Max Chapman. Jack Hopkins is not on new tyres. I don't believe so anyway. I don't know if it says he has pitted. No, okay, so yeah, Jack Hopkins did serve a drive-through, so he must have got a drive-through on the virtual yellow safety car restart. So yeah, these tyres are not new. They're both running very, very similar medium tyres here. But obviously Jack Hopkins will be benefiting, I guess is the word, from a slipstream here, but not benefiting enough until probably the DRS straight. But yeah, I'm not too sure how much DRS, unfortunately, Jack is on. It says 77 on his dash, but I don't know how sort of true that is. But yeah, they're literally bending through here. Turn 17 into turn 18 as they come down the main straight. Both the McLarens as well. I want to point out, obviously, we'll keep watching this as they go down to turn 1. Both McLarens P2 and P3. Jack making a little bit of a move there, a little bit last minute. Again, you can sort of see the internet suffering here for Jack, as he might, he's pulled out of that one. Didn't want to go quite down the inside there of Max Chapman. But that will be probably another lap or so before he can maybe make another move on Max. But his internet obviously not looking the best at the moment. Hello Hassan, welcome. Max as well, good to see you. Welcome in chat. Hopefully you guys are well. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. We just started the Japanese Grand Prix with lap 7 and lap 27 at the moment. 20 laps left. It looks like Jack Hopkins might have actually got ahead of Max Chapman there. Sort of down in P7, Max Chapman going a little bit wide. Might have just been sort of suffering there from Jack's internet, potentially. I'm not too sure. But, yeah, Max at the moment a little bit all over the place. Jack Hopkins up to P5 with Sebi chasing Max behind. 3.7 second gap there. Looks like Max might have gone a little bit slow again. Not too sure what's happening here. He might be slowing down. Is he still going? Okay, he's still going full pace as well. Might just be not having some issues. I'm not sure. We don't have simulation mode car damage on, so I don't think they've got like side pod damage or anything. But we will see. But yeah, unfortunately, that's yeah, Max Chapman down to P6 now with 2.8 second gap between himself and Jack Hopkins. Some of these drivers probably praying for safety car, but at the moment we've got Ruben following Noah, and Jake Chapman all this time is just me following his teammate round, trying to get as many points as they can for McLaren here. Currently P2 and P3 doing absolutely bits for their team, and I don't believe they'll be fighting. They'll just be pretty much following each other around the race, trying to bring it home, although following each other like this might make it difficult for like a double stack or something like that, so there'll probably be an alternate strategies. But all this time, they are building a nice little 8-second gap between themselves and Michael Wimmer in P4. It is gaining as well 8 seconds, 8.1 seconds. But yeah, we will see. A lot of drivers as well, I'll just like to say, going on the hard tyres here. Sebi all the way down to Nate Barrett in P13 is currently on... Let me get the last full name. There you go. Currently on the hard tyres. So it looks like the strategy that people are going on is medium hards. Now, if they've gone on the hards that early onto a virtual safety car, those hards are not going to last another 20 laps. I can't see it happening. They might have done it, but I just don't know. I mean, hard tyres, that's quite a lot to ask. That is quite a lot to ask at the moment. But at the moment, we've got let's have a look. We've got a Mercedes following a Ferrari following Mercedes. It's all to play for at the moment. Danshaw 25% ERS, and Charlie in front of him is on 76. So at the moment, I mean, Jake Chapman's on 94%. So a lot of drivers... 50-50 really. Some drivers are burning as much ERS as they can. Other drivers, you know, have a lot more. At the moment, yeah, Jake Chapman on 90% ERS. So he's just sort of harvesting that behind his teammate as much as he can, and just pretty much pacing himself around the track. But yeah, we got Stein in P8. Again with Sebi right on the rear end of Max Chapman now. So I don't know if Max Chapman has any damage, but at the moment, yeah, Max is being overtaken by a few drivers here. I don't know 100% if he can get this move down the chicane. Sebi tried it once, but he's not going to try it again just yet. He's going to go back round again to see what happens. Third of the race in, and no safety car, a new era. Wait, we didn't have a safety car for the whole of Singapore, though, if I recall correctly, Hassan. I don't think we had an entire safety car for one of the laps. It's like Jake Chapman's out, though. No, Jake Chapman is out of the Japanese Grand Prix, causing a full safety car. I'm so sorry I missed that, but we'll see the carcass of Jake Chapman's McLaren in a wall potentially. I don't know. The camera's not giving me any kind of camera here, but Jake Chapman, I was saying he's saving and halving the ERS behind Noah, and unfortunately he might have just lost it or got. I don't know if he sort of got a little bit too wide on a curb or something, but that's Jake Chapman unfortunately out. That's not going to help McLaren in the constructors, because McLaren needed as many points as they could. Commiserations to Jake. That absolutely sucks for him. The third retirement of the Japanese Grand Prix for Jake. It was looking really good for the McLaren boys as well, but that's pushed Jake Hopkins up to P3 again. This is the time to pit. It's a full safety car. We're going to get 3 or 4 laps of, you know, this kind of pace around here. So everyone's going to regroup. Everyone's going to get pits. You know, fresh front wings, whatever, fresh tyres. Although it's only lap 8, so hard tyres till the end could work, unless you want to go for mediums till the end. But yeah, interesting though. There you go. Hassan, you did speak too soon about a safety car, mate. You kept bringing it up. But there you go. So all the drivers obviously, you know, slowing themselves down, trying to build up pace. That did look quite a bad crash. So I spotted it on the track map. I unfortunately didn't catch it on stream. But yeah, Jake Chapman, they're losing, I think, sort of turn 5 or turn 6, potentially, just after where the safety car is. Does not surprise me all these drivers are going in the pits. So there's Ruben into the pits. We've got Jake's teammate Noah Lockwood. He is, his team are expecting lots from Noah now. I see that's the only car left for the team. That's a very bumpy pit lane, though. Noah onto the hard tyres. It looks like Ruben's gone the hards as well. Okay, so it might be the hard tyres here for everybody. We will see. My bad curb. It was going so well. That's one of the problems, I think, with the curb. You were saying this anyway, like everyone was saying this in VC earlier, like how terrible the track is with the slidey curbs. Like you hit a curb and it's like got ice on it. The game is just so silly with that. It's almost too slippery on the curbs, especially, you know, you're putting in all this pace, you're putting in as much fastest laps as you can. You take one little slightly sort of wrong angle on a curb and your car's gone round. But yeah, commiserations, Jake. That actually sucks. But it's harsh. The track is genuinely harsh. But yeah, it's a shame because you were looking like a really good sort of, you know, comfortable P3 there behind your teammate Noah, but obviously, you know, it's just it's a shit game. to be fair. The pit lane does look like a bit of a death trap there, didn't it? It sort of goes up, goes down, goes all over the place. I'd like to point out as well, Dan Hopkins, brilliant. Dan Shaw, sorry, is currently in P5. Dan, is he the only one to not pit? He is. So yeah, oh no, he has pitted. How's Dan managed that then? I'm actually slightly confused here. So Dan's pitted. Is Dan on fresh tyres as well? Yeah, he is. No, he pitted fire. Oh, Dan might have pitted under the yes, sorry. Let me get this straight. Dan pitted under the virtual safety car and he didn't pit under the safety car, which is why he's moved up to P5. That does make sense now. That does make sense. Complete jumble of the of the track at the moment here. Then lap 10. We've got 17 laps left. We will see. We're just chilling, waiting for the pit window. Yep. It's a shame. Honestly, it's such a shame. And the pit window, I mean, this looked like the pit window for everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody on the track has pitted now. I don't think we'll be getting many sort of a scheduled pit stop for any of the drivers. There's 17 laps. Obviously, that's going to be shaved down because of the safety car. So, yeah, I'm not too sure. Everybody on pretty much 100% ERS now as well. The only one obviously we can't see is Jack Hopkins, who's, I think, getting loads of issues with his internet anyway, so I'll let him off. But yeah, completely rejumbled the order. Obviously, we had the issue with Charlie in lap 1, where he spun, went from pretty much P3 down to last. And now he's managed to regain up to P4 there. But it's whether or not their tyres will last until the end of the Grand Prix. That's going to be the decider, I think. You know, come like sort of lap 22, lap 23, the tyres on, you know, the first pitters might be sort of giving up a little bit, slowing down, and then all the other drivers behind them, fresher tyres, can sort of pull their way through and get ahead of them. But we'll see. Again, it's all to play for. Who knows in a Kenco F1 race. It's a shame we've only got one race left of the season, but I'm hoping to do more anyway. 50 plus gamer raid. Oh my god, you're legends if you are raiding. He is raiding as well. Oh, I love you. Perfectly timed as well during a safety car. 50 plus, you're an absolute legend. I'm sorry you can't see my face. I'm so sorry about that. But welcome in everybody from 50 plus. What have you been up to today? Welcome in. We're just doing our sort of weekly Kenco F1 race with all these flight simmers and racing enthusiast, amazing people. We're currently on lap 11 of lap 27 of the Japanese Grand Prix. Everyone sort of regrouped behind a safety car and we're going to go green very soon. AKA Brad, welcome in. 50 plus, hopefully well. Thank you very much for your raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mike's looking forward to the restart as well. So am I. It's going to be Ruben with Noah and then Stein in P3 as well. Again, a complete rejumble of the order. We don't normally have sort of, you know, these drivers at the front, so it's all to play for really here at the Japanese Grand Prix. Everybody is everywhere jumbled up, and we'll get news if the safety car's coming in at the end of this lap. I believe it will, because everyone has managed to catch up with the grid anyway. But yeah, we'll see. Michael went up to P7, and yeah, so far so good for everybody. And we'll see how it goes. Again, thank you all for joining. I appreciate you. And legend for the raid, mate. Raid of 41 as well. Welcome in, everybody. It's only just me, by the way. Normally we have like 2 or 3 people with like commentary and stuff like that and talking behind whatever's going on here. But unfortunately they can't make it today because we had to delay this because of Flying Sea Sands for a flight sim event yesterday. So it's sort of attendance is a little bit poorer today. There's only 12 drivers left even driving around the track out of a possible 20. But hey, I mean, it's, you know, it should be a little bit busier next weekend anyway. But there you go. 50 join Ian. I'd love that. I'd absolutely love that. That would be amazing. He's just finished his very long stream, Hassan. I couldn't expect anything. He's probably gone to get his annual food. He always gets food after a stream, and I don't blame him because I do the exact same thing. But yeah, anyway, safety car's coming in this lap. It's about to go green, and Ruben has gone very early here. Sorry, I was just getting a drink, and that caught me off guard. It looks like Dan Shaw is getting potentially overtaken here by Jack Hopkins in turn 1. This is one of the only moves made here on the safety car restart. Jack Hopkins now ahead of Dan Shaw after the safety car restart. Currently, Ruben getting a very good start there. A little bit of a boost there on Noah, catching Noah a little bit off, maybe sort of exiting out of the chicane, but everyone keeping it pretty much clean as they go through the pack. We've got a lot of cars in the rear of every single car at the moment. There's a little, I mean, there's too many cars together. I've got no idea what to commentate. But yeah, lots of clean racing, lots of everybody keeping it on the track as well at the moment, burning the ARS down to 80% as well. But not too many moves made at the moment. Just that one obviously on Dan, and Noah's gone wide. Noah, that is not the time to go wide, sir. That is not good for Noah Hopkins. I'm confusing everybody's surname today. Noah Lockwood. It's like Ferrari's just gone wide, allowing Noah to get a place back. And Dan Short completely sort of battling here with the Ferrari of Charlie. And all this time, I mean, all the drivers are way close together, and I got no idea what I'm commentating. But lots of driving action, lots of overtaking, and drivers sort of giving up places and keeping it clean for everybody. And there's a nice sort of, I don't know, 8-way battle here for whatever position. But yeah, unfortunately, commiserations for Noah there, allowing Stein in his Alpine, his teammate DNFing the first one retirement of the Japanese Grand Prix, up to P2. So Archie will be very happy with Stein at the moment. But at the moment, it's Ruben following Stein. And lots of... Oh, my God. What's going on through this chicane? I will never know. Sebi David, Michael Wimmer, and Max Chapman all coming down the main straight here. It's going to be free wide, potentially into turn 1. Max Chapman on the inside of Michael Wimmer with, oh my God, Dave Sebi as well behind Mercedes, keeping it pretty much single file here into turn 1. Very sensible, lads. As it looks like Ruben's now got a nice little gap here of 2.9 seconds ahead of Jack Hopkins for him to regain. But everybody sort of concertinaed up there through the chicane, but managing to keep it fairly clean. Noah Hopkins nodders, I know. Don't even... It's when you're commentating by yourself, you get everything sort of jumbled up, really. But yeah, lots and lots of racing action. It looks like here, Noah Lockwood. Stein, unfortunately, losing a place there to Jack Hopkins. And will Stein lose a position again? Noah Lockwood got his surname right this time, chasing up behind Stein, potentially to regain that podium position here. We've still got, guys... dare I say, like 14, 15 laps. As Noah Lockwood on the inside there of Stein, and he managed to... Oh, he hasn't quite got it yet. They're still wheel-to-wheel, side by side here, coming through turn 12 into turn 14, which is Spoon Corner or something like that. But yeah, Noah Lockwood on the better side of the corner. Oh, there was contact made, though. That was from both the drivers. I think both of the drivers might have suffered there. Dan Shaw maybe on the inside. Stein didn't. Oh, Stein did suffer, actually, terribly. Oh, there's a Ferrari round as well. It's all going on. Oh, my goodness. No, and that's Stein out of the... Stein was in P2. Oh, my God. Okay, that definitely calls for another... That definitely does call for another safety car, though. Stein's car in the middle of the track. What on earth happened there, guys? There was cars everywhere. Well, there you go. Second safety car of the race. Unfortunately, Stein, there was some tiny little bit of, touchy wheel action, which was fine out on track. But I think maybe sort of Stein took a little bit of a wrong turn, maybe rejoined the track, or I don't even know, went off the track. But yeah, I mean, there was just cars everywhere. We've got Noah Lockwood and Jack Hopkins pitting, maybe for damage. No, Jack Hopkins not for damage. Noah not for damage either. So they're not pitting for damage. They're changing for fresh tyres. That's both the Alpines out of the Grand Prix as well. Stein, commiserations, man. You were literally on for a P2 here. Dan Shaw up to P2 though now from that safety car restart because... I think Noah Lockwood and Jack Hopkins pitting. So at the moment it is Ruben following Dan, following Charlie, following Max Chapman, and following Nate in P5. And Yain Thomas as well, I want to point out, is P6. We've only got 11. Pretty much everybody who's in the race right now can get points, by the way, apart from one. Just want to point that one out there, guys. So pretty much everybody can now get a point. At least in this race anyway. But that's unfortunately 4 retirements of the Japanese Grand Prix at the moment. Yeah, like I say. It's all still to play for, and we've still got 13 laps. We've only just got over halfway of this Grand Prix, and lots and lots of action to be had still. And these drivers absolutely, I mean, it's the end of the season. I can see why they're pushing limits, but I think it's just the Japanese Grand Prix. It's catching so many drivers off, off guard. Some drivers love it, some drivers hate it, but the curbs are mean. The curbs are very, very mean. Yes, 4 DNFs now. That was Stein who lost a wheel, unfortunately, in a wall. But yeah, again, it's such a shame, man. Because, I mean, Jake Chapman had a brilliant start to the race. I mean, he was up in P3 with his teammate. It just proves how racing can change. Look at them both McLaren. They were P2 and P3. Now they're P10 and a DNF. No idea how that happened. Charlie was pretty much last. He's now P3. Dan Shaw, Max Chapman, Dan Shaw's now ahead of Max Chapman here in P2. If Dan plays this very well, he could potentially win the Japanese Grand Prix, providing Ruben, holds him off for as long as he can. Ruben definitely showing pace, though. I mean, he was gaining and gaining and gaining. Jack Hopkins, P9. Jack Hopkins obviously got P1. He started the race in first, I'm pretty sure, if we have a look at race story. Started second, sorry. Max Chapman was in first. That was it. He started on the front row anyway. And yeah, he's up to, he's currently down to P9, actually. And if we look at the gained and lost positions, that's what it's currently looking like. It looks like Noah Lockwood, is that back in the pits? Noah Lockwood's pitting again. Interesting. What's his tyre age? Okay, it's not showing. It's just showing in pit. Yeah, Noah Lockwood deciding to pit again. Is this for... Oh. He's getting a new front wing. Okay, so maybe on his first pit stop, he didn't change his front wing, and actually he was meant to change his front wing. So that's okay. I mean, he'll be able to catch up with the rest of the safety car queue anyway. That was wise from Noah, to be fair, to change that now. And then he's got, obviously, fresh set of tyres, fresh front wing, 10, 11, 12 laps to go, providing he can catch up with the safety car queue, which he should be able to. I mean, they're just sort of ending Sector 1 as he's starting Sector 1 now. But yeah, we go. Jack is very happy right now. Why? Why is Jack very happy in P9? Why is Jack very happy? Giraffes basically decided I didn't exist and turned into me. We can, you can sort, like I say, I'll sort stuff out after the stream. I'm only one person at the minute, but like I say, I'll look at it all after the stream. There's nothing I can do right now, Archie, but it's a shame. Fly Newts as well, good to see you. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. I know oh, there's a bit of damage there. Was that, who's, hang on. Alex Peaks just lost part of his front wing. Was that to the car in front? Oh no, Alex. He might, I'm not sure if he was maybe brake checked by somebody or not, but yeah. Alex Peak's going to have to pit at the end of this race, regardless if the safety car's coming in or not. He will probably be blue and orange flagged or whatever it is, but that's a shame for Alex. He was having a decent race as well, so I'm not sure. In terms of penalties, I don't think many penalties have actually been given out in terms of, yeah, there's been no sort of track limit, so track limit's not really causing an issue on this track. But yeah, at the moment, I'll put the ERS back on for you guys. But yeah, I mean, at the moment, oh my god, the graphics work like that. I love it. So at the moment, Mercedes are won the Constructors, as far as I'm concerned. Because Noah won't be scoring any points, Mercedes will be scoring 18 plus 12, 30 points. That will put them, yeah, that's, there you go. So at the moment, as it currently stands, Mercedes winning the Constructors from this race. However, we're about to find out anyway. The safety car is coming this lap, and Noah Lockwood has managed to get back into the back of the grid with his new front wing. We're about to go racing again as Ruben has gone out of the chicane, catching Dan maybe a little bit off guard there. However, Ruben has got a very, very good safety car restart there. P2, oh, it was Alex Peak, yeah, okay, Alex Peak diving the pits there. Charlie right behind pretty much Dan, again, putting in some pace, and at the moment Charlie is a Mercedes sandwich. Again, you can see how tricky this track is for some people, losing the rear, losing the front. Just trying to snap it back into place. But yeah, all this time, all these drivers keeping it very clean. They've had a lot of safety car restarts at the minute. At least that's the second one of the race anyway, on top of a virtual safety car. But yeah, Jack Hopkins now, I think that is maybe ahead of Sebi there. And maybe now he's chasing Michael Wimmer for P7 position. As it looks like, I mean, there's a nice little battle here for P2 at the moment. Dan Shaw holding off, defending as much as he can. As it looks like Yain's gone a little bit wide there onto the sand behind. It looks like Max might be trying to make a move here on Charlie as well. All this time, obviously, Dan, trying to maybe potentially even helping his teammate here with Charlie. But we're about to find out anyway and seeing what sort of going to happen. Again, the DRS, there you go. Max Chapman right behind, now to the side of Charlie. They're side by side here, coming through turn 13. Max Chapman might have got the job done there, ahead of Charlie. And that's a Mercedes 2-3 at the moment. This could potentially be a double podium for Mercedes if they keep this intact. 11 laps left of the Japanese Grand Prix. Ruben now 3.2 seconds ahead of Dan Shaw and Mercedes. We might get a team switch here unless they're going to be fighting. We're about to find out. We don't want what happened like 35 years ago. Sebastian David's got a penalty there. I'm not sure if that's just a 5-second penalty for Sebi. He's P8 at the moment, so that could interfere with him. Jack Hopkins down to P10 as well. He hasn't had the best safety car restart in the world. But yeah, that's going to impede Sebi's race, unless he can serve that in the pits anyway. What's Ruben's last name? Don't even. There's a switcheroo there from the Mercedes boys. Max Chapman up to P2. Dan Shaw up down to P3. But still currently on the podium. Max Chapman received a 3-second time penalty, though. That is crucial for Max Chapman. He does not want to be doing that. I perceive that was probably for track limits there. That'll be his third warning, and I think he's allowed now 3 more before he gets another 3-second time penalty. Williams, Nate, is currently a Ferrari sandwich at the moment. He's got Charlie in front of him, Sebi behind him. Brilliant restart from Sebi there, and unfortunately Jack... what's going on here? I saw something happen. Was there... No, I think we're good. Maybe it was just a camera angle. But yeah, lots of racing. All the drivers pretty much concertining up. Oh, a little bit of tapping there from Michael Wimmer. So I don't know if he's too strong on the brakes there through the turns. But yeah, Noah Lockwood not best pleased with that. It looks like they might be 3 wide here. Oh my god, what is going on here? Jack Hopkins, I'm calling him Jake Hopkins now. Up to P7, Noah Lockwood, and that is Yain around. Luckily, not making any contact with anybody. Only a yellow flag there. He's able to get the car going again. But Yain, yeah, again, you can see how difficult this track is for some of these drivers. Yain's just gone around, and at the moment, yeah, lots of racing to be had. Sebi potentially making a move here on Nate as well. This has been a brilliant race. This has been so good. Online needs the ability for manual stewards in, but literally epic. Honestly, I really hope they do that at some point. I really hope they do, because it's just, yeah. What would be nice is just to have loads of people in the background that can run all these penalties and stuff, but it's very difficult when, you know, there's one person doing everything. But there's normally a few of us here, but it's because we delayed it for a day. But yeah, honestly, brilliant racing so far from everybody. Unfortunately, obviously, the 4 retirements. But at the moment, it's Ruben following Max, following Dan. Dan, unfortunately, losing the DRS there to his teammate Max, and then it looks like Drafts unfortunately has been overtaken by the Ferrari of Sebi, and the Ferraris are now going to be chasing the rear diffuser of the Mercedes of Dan Shaw now, currently receiving, well, they're currently winning the constructors. Noah Lockwood up to P8. I think that's a few points, but it's not enough to keep the constructors at the moment, as I believe we are one Mercedes driver down, sorry, for Abu Dhabi. So yeah, again, all points are crucial at the moment for Noah Lockwood to keep his team potentially in the running for constructors. Although it's probably very difficult in Abu Dhabi to not get that for Mercedes, providing they don't score any points. But at the moment, I think Mercedes are winning the constructors. Max Chapman's got 5.1 seconds between himself and Ruben. Very, very big gap here. Ruben's just pretty much, you know, he's got his foot down. He wants to win this race. There's 9 laps left here. It looks like Dan Shaw has been overtaken, potentially going a little bit wide here from one of the Ferraris. Could it be a double Ferrari overtake in the last sector? We got Sebi. It looks like Nate Barrett, Noah Lockwood making a few positions up behind as well. We've got Sebi on the inside here of Dan Shaw. I got his surname right this time. Again, on the main straight. Getting a slipstream. It was not enough, though. He's got the DRS. Because Dan's got the DRS as well, it obviously impedes him as well. It looks like, what's that, the Alpha Tauri there of Jack Copping going a little bit wide. And it's like, yeah, Dan Shaw might... Oh, he's been overtaken by both Ferraris, and there is now a hot Alpha Tauri behind Dan Shaw. Again, Dan Shaw's tyres probably giving up a little bit on him. It's a little bit early for Dan's tyres to be giving up on him. Side by side, Dan there getting, a little bit shady there. I don't know if that was his internet. That looked very dangerous. But he's now ahead of Dan Shaw. Dan Shaw, unfortunately, down to P6. Again, Dan pitted very early onto those hard tyres. So they're going to be sort of impacting him a little bit as he's gone wide there, allowing potentially Noah Lockwood, again, getting ahead of Dan. Those tyres not serving him very well. And Michael Wimmer, 3.4 seconds. So Dan solidified P7 at the moment. As long as he doesn't lose any more and he can sort of find a bit more pace and get a little bit more ahead of himself, he could potentially be fighting Noah again for P6. Jack Hopkins was apparently very happy earlier. He's now up to P5, chasing potentially down the Ferraris of Sebi and Torben. Torben does have 1.8 seconds to gain though on Max Chapman. Ruben is on fire right now. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Looks like, are we getting a switch from the Ferraris? They're side by side, coming down someone. Yes, Sebi is now ahead of his teammate Charlie, switching the Ferraris up for the podium position. So they're going to be fighting this. I can't imagine the Ferraris are going to be like, no, you know, do the switch. They probably fight for that position. For, is that the word? Lewis, good afternoon, good evening, hello. Please ignore the overlay. I will replay it, I promise you, tomorrow. Thank you so much, Lewis. Yes, hello, Ian. 44 months, mate. You're an absolute legend. I'm sorry there's no sound or no alerts. I promise you I'll play it on the Flight Sim streams. But yeah, hopefully you're well, Lewis. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. 44 months on a 4-month streak. You're an absolute legend. Hopefully you've had a good day. Hopefully you had a good weekend. And hopefully you've got a good sort of Christmas as well planned ahead, mate. How are you? Honestly, I haven't spoken to you in ages. I feel really bad. Thank you so much. I didn't mean to do the Christmas festive, but there we go. We'll chuck them in anyway, mate. Thank you so much. I will replay them. What's that? 2, 3? No, that's like 4. Hang on. That's like 4 months away from 4 years. What the hell? Mate, I'm very well. I'm doing well. Lots of stuff happening this week. Some good, some bad, but it's all good, mate. It's all good. As much Flight Sim streams as I can, I suppose, at the moment. But yeah, just lots of spending money on Christmas, really. But hey, I mean, it's that time of the year, though, isn't it? It's that time of the year. It's actually crazy. It is. It certainly is. Best number in F1, number 44. Can we pin that message? Can we pin that message, please? Jack Hopkins fighting Charlie here. Potentially for P4. Jack Hopkins could be on for a podium here. We've still got 7 laps left of the Japanese Grand Prix. Somehow, we are, I don't even know, what are we, an hour and 6 minutes of the stream. And Jack Hopkins now side by side here with Charlie. Charlie not finding the pace here in those hard tyres, or Jack Hopkins is on the fresh medium tyres. He's now got ahead of Sebi there for P4 and potentially fighting P3 here. Ruben's currently in the lead, P1 with the fastest lap as well. Both similar ERS as well. Looks like Noah Lockwood is currently suffering on his ERS though. And Dan Shaw losing some time there as well. 1.4 seconds now. It looks like Yayan as well. Sorry. Yayan's having a little battle here with Nate for P9. Yayan obviously, you know, spinning out a little bit earlier on, but he's doing well. He's having a little bit of fight here with Nate. Keeping it side by side for this game. That takes some skill, I can't lie. I remember doing that in our... Well, we raced, what, 3 years ago, I think? Like season 1 or season 2. And I remember I was racing in that league myself. And yeah, it's a fun track, but it's also, you know, it's very difficult to get the hang of sometimes. But yeah, it's actually crazy. Alpha's going to win this race. Do you reckon Yayan will pull this back? P10 to P1, yeah? Anything can happen. This is a Japanese Grand Prix. I mean, he's currently like net like 20 seconds behind P1, but anything is doable. Anything is doable. Pretty much the grid is sort of neutral at the moment, though. A lot of drivers sort of within 7-8 tenths of each other. Sebi is now within a second, though, of Max Chapman. Almost within a second, though, and Jack Hopkins were 7 tenths. So all this time, Max Chapman can sort of keep the pace up, I suppose. He wants to keep that second deficit, although Sebi does not want that. He wants to pull his way through. It looks like Alex Peak. He did have the brilliant start to the race, unfortunately, but he lost the front wing under a safety car. Now down into P11 on the soft tyres. But yeah, it looks like Sebi will be trying to chase Max, and all this time Jack will be chasing Sebi as well. Goats, how is your alpha, Lewis? How is your alpha, mate, if you are still here? I'm sure it is an absolute beauty. I was a bit jealous. I'm still very jealous. But there we go. Have they all pitted in? Yes. No other drivers need to pit unless their tyres don't, you know, fail them as such. No drivers need to pit. If we go under pit stops here, all the drivers have been pitted. It's like Sebi's pitted 3 times, Charlie's pitted 1 time, and Noah's pitted 3 times as well, much the same as Alex Peak, who's currently running the soft tyres at the back of the race. Potentially, I mean, Alex could steal the fastest lap point here from Ruben. If he wanted to, he could steal this fastest lap point. But yeah, at the moment, I mean, I don't know if it's like through the Red Bull, but Ruben is actually sort of putting his head down, and he's doing a Max Verstappen here in this race. He's just sort of getting on with it. I'm wanting to try and get as much pace and just, you know, don't allow the other drivers behind to catch up. He's just running his own race at the moment. A little bit lonely for him, but it could hopefully bring a win for him at the end of at the end of 5 more laps. It's a money pit, but it's worth every penny. What, in terms of fuel or just like maintenance of it? God, yeah, I can imagine the fuel. I can imagine the fuel on that one. Are you commentating or driving? I'm commentating. I'm not driving. I wish I could do that at the same time. I was driving a few years ago in my league, but yeah, not today, unfortunately. It looks like Jack might, or no, he's going to hold off a little bit there of Sebi. You can see the Mercedes there of Max Chapman ahead of Sebi. Sebi pretty much now going a little bit wide. Jack Hopkins here on the inside. Easy slipstream there with the DRS as well. Obviously, Sebi not capitalizing on the DRS there of the Mercedes, but Jack Hopkins now into a podium position, kicking. I mean, both the Ferraris were on for a podium, and now both the Ferraris are P4 and P5 at behind podium positions. So currently it's Ruben following Max, following Jack, Sebi, Torben, Noah Lockwood back up to P6. He'll be happy with his recovery drive here. Down up to P7. We've got Michael Wimmer P8 at the moment, still gaining points for Haas regardless. Nate into P9, and Yayan unfortunately losing now 5 seconds behind Nate. So they were battling a few laps ago, but it looks like Yayan's just let back a little bit and just now driving home. But there we go. There you go. Max still... Oh, yes, I forgot as well. Max still does have a 3-second time penalty. That's a very, very good point as well, Hassan. I forgot about that. Max Chapman still does have a 3-second time penalty, much the same as Alex Peak as well, but it doesn't matter as much for Alex. So, yeah, that 3-second time penalty is going to be crucial for Max. This could push Jack Hopkins up to P2. Max Chapman down to P3 or potentially even P4 for Mercedes. But... yeah, that track limits warning is absolutely crucial. Obviously, the Ferraris are very happy with that, but they've just got to keep the pace behind the Mercedes and hope that nothing else happens. There's 4 laps left of the Japanese Grand Prix anyway. I love the Ferrari livery, I can't lie. It does look very, very nice. I think, is that the one they used for Vegas? I think it might be the one they used for Vegas. I can't confirm or deny. It does maybe look like it. They've obviously kept that in the game for a few weeks now, but yeah. There you go. First race win, Ruben. Yes, I believe this will. I think Ruben's managed to clutch a P2. I don't know 100% what race. I don't have the... let me get the Instagram up. I bet say I do have the results, so I might be able to let you know which race Ruben has got a P2. Okay, so Ruben got P2 at Singapore. He has not won a race. So at the moment, the only people to win a race is Charlie, Max Chapman, and Jack Hopkins. Yeah, Ruben has not won a race yet. So at the moment, as things stand, it will be his first race victory if he does win and clutch this Japanese Grand Prix. And yes, Alex Peak is, I wouldn't say all... It's going to be close. I believe Alex Peak won't get lapped. But yeah, obviously all this time he is being chased by Ruben there through Sector 2. And yeah, all this time as well, Noah might be gaining on the Ferraris. At the moment, the 3-second time penalty only pushes Max down to P3 and Jack Hopkins up to P2. But Jack Hopkins unable to gain the extra 10th he needs for the DRS as well, which could be crucial in overtaking Max. However, does Jack Hopkins really need to overtake Max with the 3-second time penalty? That's the question. Is it worth him even fighting for it if he knows that, you know, Max has got that penalty? Does he just want to hold off a little bit? We'll see. We'll see. But all that time, that slipstream is going to be... used to his advantage, I suppose, to try and get ahead of the Mercedes. There's 3 laps left at the moment. Only 11 drivers. Unfortunately, it's a shame there's only 11 drivers left. But yeah, lots of on-track action as well. Is it an expensive hobby? If you want to get all the gear and all the racing stuff, yes. You could do it cheaply on a controller or something. Unless you want to invest in sort of SimuCube, Fanatec. I mean, I've spent thousands, unfortunately, on racing stuff. It's like Jack Hopkins here on the inside into turn 1. Max Chapman is allowing it, although he's fighting it as well. He goes wide, though. I don't know quite what happened there. But Max Chapman now gone a little bit wide. That could be crucial for Sebi catching up with that 3-second time deficit. But Jack just sort of ploughing through there on turn 1. Regaining sort of P2 there. They were a little bit will to will. But he did manage to get the move done. Max Chapman down to P3. Sebi now 2.9 seconds. So that's what we're going to have to look at here. Sebi 3.03. So at the moment, Max still P3 for podium position. 2.5 laps left of the Grand Prix though. Sebi just needs to keep that within 3 seconds to gain that position. And again, Torben as well. If he can sort of keep that as well, it will obviously push him up at some point. The driver insisted to overtake the driver in front, so I'm not sure Jack will risk it 100%. Yeah, well, that's exactly what he did, Hassan. That's exactly what he did. But yeah, I mean, Ruben absolutely, again, he's pulling out an outstanding race at the moment for everybody. I'm sorry about... we normally have like loads more graphics and like all of this kind of stuff happening, but it's very difficult for me to do while I'm sort of watching the race in action as well. But again, this is probably the time that we need to see. So at the moment, Max is keeping his podium. 3.4 second deficit to Sebi. There's 1.5 laps. Alex Peak, I told you he would do it. He's on the soft tyres. He stole that point away from Ruben. Ruben did have that point in first place, but he's now stolen it. He's grabbed it. Unfortunately, that point won't go to Alex, though, because he's outside of the top 10. But he is, you know, he's just in soft. He's having a bit of fun. He may as well try and get the fast lap, and it's exactly what he has done. But yeah, Max Chapman as well. He might have pace here to re-overtake Jack Hopkins. I don't know. 1.5 laps left. Oh, sorry, 2 laps left to go as they cross the line anyway. But yeah, at the moment, it's looking good for Max Chapman keeping P3 there. And at the moment, pretty much everyone sort of neutralised. The Ferraris sort of 2x2. Again, the Mercedes and Jack Hopkins are 2x2 as well. And everybody else sort of leading their own little bubble in the race. Obviously with Noah Lockwood as well. Only, 2 seconds behind Charlie as well. Charlie's won while being hungover. I don't know if he's hungover today. I'm not... I don't know. I mean, he's still... I mean, the time that he... I'm pretty sure the time that he was hungover and drunk, he won, like, Belgium or something, wasn't it? I don't know. He over-celebrated way too much. But yeah, it was... I think... pretty sure he won Spa. But yeah, again, everybody else in the chat, hopefully you're all doing well. Sorry again if this isn't your thing, but you don't have to be here. But again, hopefully, it's somewhat... I hope you've taken away and enjoyed some of the season anyway. We always seem to do it. We've done it for years since pretty much I started the channel anyway. So it's nice to sort of see how the racing developed, how sort of everything has developed. It would be nice to sort of push this league a little bit further, get more people on it and stuff like that. But obviously, you know, I've got more time to look into it and do that now. Sort of see sort of where it takes us. But yeah, season 4. Unfortunately coming to an end. Jack Hopkins losing the rear there as they go through the chain. Look how close Max Chapman is now to the rear of Jack. He will try and get a move, but again, I don't know if Max will push it, because if he gets the move done, he's 1 lap left to go. Jack Hopkins teleporting on track. This isn't going to be good. Max Chapman on the inside there of Jack Hopkins. Max now ahead of Jack, but Max will not be 3 seconds ahead of Jack before they make the line, unless Jack makes any sort of crucial mistake. And also a switcheroo for the Ferraris as well. Sebi allowing Charlie past, although that gap is now 5.7 seconds. So as things stand, it's Ruben following Jack Hopkins, following Matt Chapman for the top 3, followed by Ferrari and a Ferrari. Noah Lockwood P6, Dan Shaw P7, Michael Wimmer P8, Nate P9 and Ryan, P10. But we are now on the last lap of the Grand Prix, and Max Chapman potentially going for fastest lap. He's gone up fastest sector 1. He could be stealing that from Alex Peak. Potentially. But yeah, we're on the last lap of the Grand Prix. As Alex receives a time penalty there for multiple track limit warnings. But he has obviously claimed that that fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Qualifying lap for Max now to get P2. Well, we could see it. I mean, there's 4 temps in it. We're literally halfway through sector 2, halfway around the race. I don't want to sort of jinx anything. But yeah, 7 seconds. I think unfortunately the Ferrari's losing a lot of pace there. Alpha Tauri helping Mercedes out, sort of pulling each other along here. But obviously that time penalty, unfortunately, with track limits remains. And as they are about to go through the final line. And here is Ruben through the chicane, through turn 17, through turn 18. This will be his first ever win in Kenco F1 as well. He goes ahead and crosses the line to win the Japanese Grand Prix. Go on, Ruben. Max Chapman crosses the line second, although gets pushed down to P3. Jack Hopkins P2. Max Chapman, brilliant drive from all the drivers there in top 3. Brilliant. We got both the Ferraris. Charlie, it looks like Sebi might have had a time penalty as well. I forgot about that one from Sebi. Pushing Noah Lockwood up to P5. Dan Shaw goes across the line in P7 in the other Mercedes. We've got a Haas here of Michael going through the chicane. Again, GG to Ruben, Jack, Max, everybody else as well. Michael Wimmer there, P8, and Nate as well, ahead of Yayan. It looks like, unfortunately, I think... Oh, no, there you go. Okay, Yayan and Alex are in the race as well. But yeah, what a win by Ruben. Well done, mate, honestly. I don't know where you found the pace, but you certainly had the pace just to keep it up the entire time and go ahead and win the Japanese Grand Prix. So, mate, honestly, well done. You pretty much led every single lap there as well. Obviously, after a certain point as well, Ruben. So I think that win was waiting for you as well. So well done on that one. And well done to Yayan, who's about to cross the line as well. Spun a few times, but he actually made it the time. I'm pretty sure he DNF'd in Brazil and a few other races as well. So well done to Yayan. He's securing 1 point for Alfa Romeo. And we've got Alex Peak here. Absolute soldier, honestly. Losing the front wing down to the safety car, but he's managed to pull it back and still cross the line, P11. I don't know about the fastest lap. I don't know if that was still given to Alex or not. I'm not too sure 100%. But yeah, great drive. GG to everybody. Well done. And I don't think... yeah, we should be good. Yeah, we should be good. But yeah, well done to everybody. Congratulations to some. And I'm kidding. Congratulations to everybody. But yeah, well done. I was kind of gifted to me, but I'll tell you. What do you mean it was gifted? I mean, your strategy worked. Put it that way. Your strategy worked. And a South African on the top step, mate. Come on. Let's go. Red Bull wins. No surprise. Hey, Red Bull don't win here often. But yeah, congratulations to everybody. Obviously, a shame about Max's time penalty there, but Jack will be happy with that. And yeah, well done to all the drivers. And yeah, you had a drive-through as well, Jack, didn't you? I forgot about that. Yeah, Jack had a drive-through as well, which obviously allowed Ruben ahead. But yeah, well done to everybody. Congratulations to everyone as well. We've still got one more race left, so we are going to be racing around Abu Dhabi in next Saturday, actually. Let's just screenshot all of that with the times. It looks like Yayan. Wait, Yayan had the fastest lap. Go on, Yayan. That's 2 points for Alfa Romeo then. There you go. 2 points for Alfa Romeo. But there you go. Congratulations, everybody. I will be live with Flight Sim tomorrow at 10 a.m. And yeah, we'll go from there. But well done. I'll do all the points and send you all the updated constructors and stuff like that. But yeah, congratulations, everybody. Well done to Ruben again. 45-minute race that was. That's quite a long race, actually. But yeah, well done, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll be back, obviously, Flight Sim during the week, and then we'll be doing the final round 10 of 10 of Kenco F1 Season 4 next Saturday, all right? Good luck, everybody. What am I waffling? Good night, everybody. And thank you very much all for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed, and thank you for all your subs. Thank you for the raid as well from 50 plus earlier, and have a lovely evening, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.